guys. Morning. Got the fresh water on deck, and we are talking about my first 5-star read of the month of April. How is it freaking April already? That's crazy, but I've read 2 books. I'm finishing my third, but my first book I read in April was an absolute 5-star read, not a 5-star plus, but a 5-star, and that was Ink by Elizabeth Hunter. I did not have very high expectations for this book when I read it. It was a Facebook advertisement, and it was on Kindle Unlimited. So that's how low my expectations were for this book. But it really surprised me. So Ink is about a woman who, her grandmother passes away, and she owned a small bookshop in a small town in California. Now, this particular woman, she lives in, I believe it's San Francisco or San Diego, like a big city, and works for a big city bookstore. And so her grandmother had kind of wanted her to sell the small bookshop and then have a nest egg, but she decides she's ready for a change of pace, a change in her life. So she moves back to the small town that she grew up in. And in doing so, she decides to renovate and reopen her grandmother's bookshop. And she owns a line of businesses that are in this building, and it's broken up into suites kind of. And in this line of businesses in this little downtown area of this town is a tattoo shop. And the tattoo shop, there's a guy named Ox who works there. His last name is Oxford, but they call him Ox because he's a big guy, fully tattooed. And he has been renting tattoo chair space from the woman who owns the tattoo shop, who just so happens to be his girlfriend. Well, they break up in a terrible breakup. It's been coming for a while. They're not a good couple together. And he is without a tattoo space. So he goes into business with our main female character, and they decide to open Ink, which is a bookshop / tattoo parlor. And honestly, at first I was that's a little weird, but it was actually the way that they described the space, where it's this very classical bookshop, and then they alternate hours more towards the evenings for the tattoo shop, and he uses an old barber's chair. Just the way they described the shop actually mentally worked for me. And it was a very cute rom-com. There's a whole series on it, and I'm going to read probably at least the next book in the series because I was interested in those 2 characters' stories. And I'm just really excited about this series. I'm going to binge read the whole series probably. They're funny rom-coms. They are on Kindle Unlimited, so absolutely check that out. I love Kindle Unlimited for the fact that, for what is it up to? $5.99, $7.99, something a month. Essentially one of your streaming service prices. You can get sometimes really good books on there. All of Elle Kennedy's work is on there. You guys know I binged that stuff the last month or 2. So yeah, the first 2 books that I have read this month, both were on Kindle Unlimited. I also read Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do my own video on that or not. That one was not my favorite. Just the writing style. There were some things. So I'm not sure. I may do a video on Dowry of Blood, but you guys know I don't love doing videos and reviews on books I don't love. So when I'm reading so many books that I am really enjoying, why would I waste my time on doing a review for a book that I don't absolutely love? I am reading right now my 3rd book of April, Pucking Wild, which is the sequel in the Jacksonville Rays series. The first book was called Puck something. I read the first book when it first came out. Give me a second. Here it is. Pucking Around. And that's Pucking Around is a why choose romance with 3 hockey players off of the Jacksonville Rays and 1 main female character. This, I think, so far, I'm only quarter of the way into it, but I'm pretty sure this is 1-1. So if Pucking Around wasn't your thing, just because Why Choose is not your favorite, give this one a shot. It does seem more like 1v1. 1v1. It's not versus, like one-on-one, not a poly relationship like Pucking Around is. Now, I loved Pucking Around. I love the 3 guys that are in that relationship. Love them to death. And then your one female character, obviously, that kind of ties the whole thing together in Pucking Around. But really enjoying Pucking Wild. I will probably have a review on that one for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to review Dowry of Blood, because I feel like also it's controversial because it's got such a high rating on Goodreads, and everybody seems to have loved Dowry of Blood. And I just could not get past the language in it, the way that it was written. It just wasn't for me. And that's okay, because not everything, say it with me, not everything is for everybody. It's fine for me to not love a 5-star rated book. It's very, Dowry of Blood is very poetically written. And it almost reads like a translation too. Like some of the wording is like, would we say that? Would somebody say that in English? So I don't know if the writer is not a native English speaker and it's a translation, or it could be possible because it is a retelling of Dracula's Bride kind of story. It could be that the author is going for a Dracula time period vibe, and that's why they chose some of the language and the words that they used and the way that they strung them together. It just made it a difficult read for me personally. But Ink, a random book on Kindle Unlimited, a rom-com, I absolutely loved and gave 5 stars to. So, what are you going to do? That's what I mean when I say not everything is for everybody. I can read a small town romance and absolutely love it. And then this book that is supposed to be like, literally I was reading the reviews and somebody was like, ink this book onto my tombstone. People are passionate about A Dowry of Blood, and it just wasn't for me. Books are super subjective as far as what you like. I love Fourth Wing. You can see it right there behind me. I love Fourth Wing, and I love SJM work. Some people think it's crap. Some people think it's like easy, tropey, YA romantasy, if you would. And all of the female main characters are the same. To me, I eat that stuff up. But yeah, what are you guys reading? I finished Ink, finished Dowry of Blood, reading Pucking Wild. I'm just trucking along through April. I can't believe we're already in April. This year is a quarter of the way done. That's bananas. And I'm just so excited to be here with you guys. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing all of my videos. I truly appreciate that. And yeah, check out Ink by Elizabeth Hunter. It was a solid rom-com for me. I will see you guys on Monday. Love you.